Hey guys, so I was inspired to share some thoughts today about the kind of movie that you're playing in your head. And the reason why I felt compelled to share was because as I was doing my meditation and really like getting into my movie and really just imagining this like really beautiful life for myself, as I was doing it, it was just like this full on inspiration that came that, share this with people. And I know, this kind of information floats around on the web, but everybody has their own perspective to it. And what I've come to learn and what I've really come to understand is the pictures that we project out of ourselves constantly and the beliefs that we have about the type of life that we are currently living or the life that we will be potentially living in the future, like, really matters. Because if you're always just focused on the current circumstances, like what's currently happening in your life or what's currently not in your life or what is currently not going right in your life, then unfortunately you're going to keep attracting things that will reinforce those beliefs, that will prove those beliefs are true. Because I think people really underestimate that what you believe in really is the manifesting fuel. They don't quite get that. And there's so many people I talk to, within the community and just within my family that I see this like sort of mental pattern in, where I see how much people struggle with creating this like beautiful image for themselves and really taking the time to like visualize a life of abundance, a life of prosperity, a life that really offers absolutely everything that you could possibly want to experience. So, the question to you today is, what kind of movie are you playing in your mind? And what kind of thoughts are you projecting out of yourself? And then what kind of feelings are accompanying those thoughts that you're projecting out? Because that is ultimately your reality. That is the reality that you are creating for yourself. And I've had far too much experience of creating shit I didn't want in my life to really learn this concept. I think like spirit and the universe really wanted me to learn and understand how manifestation works. Because when you get it and when you realize that manifestation really truly is just a constant flow, it's a constant thing that's happening. So we're constantly manifesting our future, our current reality, because today's current reality is what I manifested yesterday, kind of thing, right? Or what I manifested before yesterday. So it's what we continually put out into the future, what we see for ourselves is ultimately always what comes back. So what do you see for yourself? And does that picture include lots of love and vacations and a really abundant time in your life? And does it include prosperity? Does it include financial freedom? Does it include, a happy family life or a happy partnership? Like, what is it? Do they include these things? Do your thoughts and your feelings include these things? Or are you always focusing and projecting outward of yourself that, like, well, my life sucks, or I don't have enough money, or I don't have, the partner of my dreams, or I don't have the friends I want, or I don't have, money for vacations or whatnot. Like, it really, really matters. I can't even say how much it matters. And I set my alarm on purpose when I was doing my meditation, and I spent about 25 minutes just visualizing. So I had like some affirmations going on in the background and some nice music, and then I was just visualizing. And I always recommend using some kind of an eye mask or something to cover your eyes when you are doing visualization. It really can be helpful to push out absolutely any and all distractions. And of course, headphones or earbuds are always recommended when you're doing meditation. Again, you want to completely drown every other sound out and only want to be hearing these affirmations. So take some time, and there are hundreds probably of, if not thousands of videos about, or meditation videos that are guided or just music that are wonderful to use to manifest and to visualize your future reality. And that future is like your tomorrows. What kind of tomorrows are you creating today? So with Valentine's Day, for example, yesterday, I'm just going to use this as an example. I popped out to the grocery store to pick something up, and as I was there, I was just kind of looking around, and of course, right as soon as you walk into the grocery store, the first thing you see is just flowers. It was just like a whole row of roses and tulips and all kinds of other things, and then there's all these guys lined up. I thought it was so funny, and they're just standing there like all kind of staring at the flowers and like trying to figure out which one to pick, you know, for their spouse. And I thought to myself, I was like, what kind of like a bullshit holiday is this in a sense? Because why is it that it's only Valentine's Day? Like, gosh, do people really need a reminder? Do men need a reminder to love on their partner, like to show them that love and that affection? And it goes both ways. Valentine's isn't just about like the guy pampering the girl. It's also about the girl pampering the guy, right? Like it's actually not even so much pampering necessarily. It's actually just to share love. And like as I was seeing all these people, like it really just sort of got me into this headspace where I was just realizing, you know, like I don't know, something felt really off about it. It just didn't feel right to me the way that the whole thing was, and there was just like rows and aisles of like chocolate available, and I don't even like chocolate, so I was just thoroughly grossed out kind of yesterday as I went to the grocery store, and it put me in a bit of a like weird mood. And I know, like I'm generally super sensitive, so when I go to the grocery store I do tend to pick up like, you know, on people's energy and their thoughts and their feelings. And there was just such a, I don't know, like it was kind of a heavy feeling. It was like this feeling of pressure. And I think it was just the pressure that everybody was feeling, especially maybe the men feeling, you know, or that they were putting on themselves to, you know, show up for their partners in a certain way. Like most of the guys I saw there were completely in like, you know, dirty like construction clothes and whatever, and trying to pick out these like flowers and chocolates and stuff for their partner. So I don't know, it was weird. The whole energy of it was weird, and then it really threw me off. So I came home and I was just like, man, I'm like, it was just bitchy, not in a good mood, and just felt really off. So I went for a walk, I did some grounding, and I did like some deep breathing stuff, and then I just kind of pushed out and released everybody else's projections and then came back to myself. And to be honest, by, I don't know, after dinner time, I was completely back to my normal self. I was feeling awesome and feeling super high vibe again. So it just goes to show that, you know, these things, like these holidays, for example, really do put a lot of pressure on people, and the amount of projection that people have, like it's just freaking mind-blowing, man. As a sensitive person in today's world, let me tell you, like it's intense. It's really intense to go outside, to be around people, because you feel this, it's almost like how people feel about themselves and their life is constantly like emanating out of them. And this emanation is constantly being picked up and felt by actually everyone, whether you're sensitive or not, especially the universe, right? Because the space where there isn't stuff, that empty space is the field, right, that we're interacting with. So this empty space that we're interacting with is what's picking up our vibrations and what we put out. And this is why it is so important and why it matters, like how you feel, what you think. You know, are you feeling like, oh man, I'm not doing good enough? Or like I could just tell some of the men were having these genuine feelings of like, oh fuck, like which one is she gonna like? I don't know. Like, okay, let's just pick one. I don't want her to get pissed at me, or you know what I mean? It was weird. Like it was void of love. Like some of these guys were just really truly there because I think they were like going through the motions, and I could just really feel those projections and pick up on it. So anyway, it really matters is the point I'm trying to make. Like what you think and what you feel and what you are constantly projecting out of yourself 100% shows up in your reality. So like I said, I wonder how many of these guys went home with their flowers and chocolates and kind of got like, I don't know, disappointed girlfriend or wife attitude, you know, simply because they were already kind of projecting that and like afraid of disappointing, I guess, in some kind of way. So yeah, it's just interesting how other people feel and think. But what I have noticed is something that I can do and something that I can control is how I feel and think, you know. So that is such an incredible focus for my life at this time. And I really, really want to reiterate how important it should be for you too. Because if you take the time every day and just, set your alarm, make it a 20 minutes, make it 10 minutes, like, God, anything is better than nothing. But take time to actually visualize a future that you want for yourself. Visualize like day-to-day stuff, like how you're living your day-to-day life and what that feels like and what it looks like and how just happy you feel, cooking dinner maybe with your family, and how good you feel like the next moment, visualize yourself walking along the beach with your partner. Like, these are all things that we are putting outside of ourselves and interacting with this field of invisibleness, we'll say. The field that is invisible to us, we're constantly interacting with it and putting information into it. So what information are you putting in? Are you mindful of that? Are you one of those people who are continually focused upon, all the things that are going wrong in the world and all the things that are being shown to us right now and being projected onto us right now from the news, and from the media? Like, are we paying attention? Like, how are those things making us feel? Am I too focused on that? Am I too focused on external circumstances instead of focusing inward into myself and focusing on the future that I actually want to create? And the reason why I say all of this is because we're going to have a really splendid new moon. Yes, we're going to have a new moon coming on the 20th. Yes, on Monday, on the 20th of February. And that new moon is going to be in Pisces. And Pisces is a super dreamy sign. It's also a very romantic sign. But Pisces is all about dreaming. It's all about visualizing. It's all about projecting out the kind of future that you want to experience. So with the days leading up to this Pisces new moon, as the moon travels closer and closer to the sign of Pisces, it's really, really detrimental that we focus our energy in the correct way, right? And that we just project the right information and put the right information into this field. Because again, new moons are always new beginnings, and so they're always amplified energy and significantly stronger. Same with full moons. Full moons are completion of a cycle, usually also super amplified energy. I believe this is also super moon, if I remember correctly, the astrology. But the point is if you just take some time and definitely focus on creating and feeling into and visualizing this beautiful future for yourself, then I think you're going to make some significant headway, especially if you're able to do it every day, twice a day. First thing in the morning, like I said, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever you can spare. And then again, last thing at night, and just do these visualization meditations, either with music, or you can do guided with like abundance or prosperity affirmations. That's what I'm combining at the moment. And I could just feel how what I'm projecting out is changing and shifting in a huge, huge way. So project love and project prosperity and project abundance and peace and joy for your future. Stop catastrophizing things. Stop thinking that everything is going to go for shit or that things aren't going to come together for you. Because if that's what you're focusing on, then that's exactly what's going to happen. And I don't think that's what you want to happen. So be mindful this week and into the weekend and into next week. And like I said, if you create a habit and a practice like I am doing right now of truly taking some time every single day to project, it's like, man, do you have any idea how much more you can manifest for yourself through thought and feeling alone versus action? Because the action really should come only when it is inspired. This is why I don't make videos every single day. If I'm not inspired to make a video, I'm not making it, because you can't force things. When we force things, they don't vibrationally align with us in that moment. And so those vibrations are kind of going against us in that moment instead of for us. So there's really no sense in forcing anything, and listening to your own rhythm and your own inner voice and your guidance and your intuition is really going to just propel you into the life that you want. Like, let's do this. don't wait and don't waste any time. Just really focus on the future that you want. So that's just my meditation insight from earlier today, and that I really wanted to share. And I genuinely just hope that this video finds the right person. Please like and share the video if you want to support my channel. Yeah, and that's it. And I will be back again very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and project love. Bye, guys.